We
Okay, look at you looking like a graduate.
Okay.
Come on here.
Glasses be helping.
Business woman. Listen, I can't wait to get to the doctor. I need glasses. It's oof.
We're all just out here blind.
Not Amber blonde for real.
I really am. This is why I don't drive. Okay.
What?
I only drive in the daytime. I hate driving at night.
Yeah.
I don't drive at. I drive at night because I always used to drive at night doing like Uber and stuff. But
I just hate driving.
I don't like being outside because people is.
I know.
I just want to run people over.
Turn me into a grandma.
Wow.
I'm still Speedy Gonzalez, but I really don't want to be bothered with people. People piss me off. People are stupid.
Yes. I almost slapped this bitch at the gym because she was taking too long in a goddamn machine.
Oh
Yo, she was just sitting there on her phone. I'm like,
yo.
I'm sorry.
Amber is hilarious.
I know. What the hell did God tell you?
Huh? I know. But I didn't hit her or say anything to her. I honestly got frustrated, so I left without using the machine.
Oh, I thought you gave her a look. Like, girl.
I did.
I was about to say, I definitely would have thought she definitely gave her a look. Absolutely.
I
did. 100%.
I didn't say anything.
That's big of you. Good job.
I know.
Good job.
Because I wanted to be like, yo, are you gonna, you know?
Because we recognize all accomplishments.
Because I gotta go.
Right.
So I just walked away.
Like, let me get my set in.
Y'all should be proud.
Look at you. We are very proud of you. Very, very proud. You know that was big of you. So, ladies, well, what an intro to this episode of the Young Auntys Podcast. Welcome. What's up, fam? Welcome to the Young Auntys Podcast. It is your young auntie Koi here, and I have a very special episode for you today. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I am so blessed and happy to have the two aunties I have here today. And again, this is going to be an episode where we skip the auntie report because I don't want to take up this time with unnecessary things right now. Pumpkin, go away. Anywho, these two young ladies, actually what's crazy is about today, right? So today I figured out some way to log into my old Snapchat account. I forgot all about it. I created a whole new one. I got a new phone. And I just was thinking about it, and I'm going through my old pictures and stuff. And March 7th of 2020, I had got my hair cut in that short red cut. And March 8th of 2020, if I'm not mistaken, was Bria's dinner, if I'm not mistaken. So a year from today, these two young ladies, there was a beautiful experience curated where multiple women of different backgrounds got to be together in a womanly, sisterly environment and just genuinely share each other's space and be in each other's presence with no competition, no ill feeling, anything like that. And they don't know this, but the Young Auntys Podcast was honestly inspired by that dinner.
Beautiful.
That vibe, that conversation, that energy, which is why I've had so many, like, I'm trying to get every single one of us that was there on the Young Auntys Podcast, because for me, being an only child for up to 13 years of my life and finding I got a brother and I didn't have sisters, and all of my cousins kind of like, you know, were like closer in age to each other. So it was like I was or they were all boys. So I didn't have, you know, the girls around me or whatever the case may be. Right. So I always wanted sisters, and I always wanted women energy around me, women I could learn from, grow from, and be challenged by. And we were sitting at that dinner. It was like we said, hold on one second, because I'm about to kill this cat. Hold on. Oh, ma'am, do you have a life? Find it. Find it.
I think they have 9, right?
Yeah, she gonna lose them all tonight. She pressed with me. I told her I was making a podcast tonight. She know better. She's 9 years old. She better. I sure did. She know not to play with me, and she in here acting a plump fool. I don't have time for it. Yeah, I talk. That's my whole child. Whole child. But no, like, they are two beautiful young women that honestly I've sat back over the last 2 years as an admirer of their hustle, their grind, their stories. And in honor of International Women's Day, which today is, I felt it would be best, and that's why the name of this episode is You Survive to Thrive, because I have a feeling, and I go with my feelings not too often, but these two young women have survived and have thrived in the midst of what others would have collapsed under pressure, would have given up, would have, become bitter or resentful. And instead, they chose to, as one of them is the CEO of the company, turn their pain into power. Without further ado, it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce to the fam your two aunties here, Aunty Bria, the CEO of Spicy Hair Care, and our Aunty Amber, our AKA Nikki go-to, period, for everything Nikki. CEO, mover, power, entrepreneur. Amber, y'all, what is up, ladies? Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes, I'm surprised Amber didn't do the thing. The thing you do.
I was waiting for her. There it is.
I almost did, but she was talking. I was just like, I don't want to purr while she's talking.
Oh my god! Yo, that is your signature now.
Yo, it has always been. I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming. I knew I was gonna say something about Nikki on purpose.
You knew what you was doing.
Okay. How are y'all doing? How is everything? It's been a year since, y'all have hung out, but it's been a year, since I've seen y'all at the same time. So what's up? Catch me up. What's going on? I've been watching like a stalker on Instagram, but it's love. It's all love.
No, it's been good. I think honestly, the pandemic has shown how creative everybody can be, and how inspired everybody has been with their hustles and different side things going on. So it's been very cool to watch, honestly. Even with you and your podcast, from doing YouTube to now a podcast, I think it's really, really dope.
That's something I'm gonna get y'all opinion on a little bit later, because something been happening and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with it. But Amber, go ahead.
I've just been, I've been working with Sus as usual, and I rebranded. Pain into Power is no longer Pain into Power. We leveled up now, so we're pulling out the beast within. So I rebranded. That's why for months y'all didn't see not a damn post on that page. I just had to do it. And you know what? I feel like this is me embracing all of me. Because I'm not, how do I say this? Can I curse? I'm not a prissy bitch. So none of us are prissy bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're survivors. And a lot of times when people hear Pain into Power, they make it, they hear the pain and they're just like, oh my God. And it's just like, I don't want that anymore. Like, I never wanted that. Like, I told my story. Me and Bria told our stories together for the very first time publicly. We told our stories so y'all could see us heal. This isn't, woe me, poor me. We're not victims anymore. We're survivors now. We're CEO now. Like, we're boss bitches now. That chapter's done. We pulled out the beast within. And with this pandemic and how everybody has literally been just becoming their best selves is so amazing to see. We're all on beast mode, you know what I'm saying? So this time around, it's embracing everybody's strong side.
I agree.
No,
seriously. No, I was just talking probably like a few hours ago, even just about, how excited I was to hop on the podcast, but also how you said, Amber, when we did the podcast with you talking about like our stories and everything, I was very, very hesitant to talk. And I didn't even share as much as I wanted to because at the time I wasn't ready. But, now, like you said, everyone is in a completely different chapter. Everyone is comfortable with themselves and feels super powerful, especially me. Like, I'm at a point now where I'm so fine talking about my experience and overcoming that situation. So definitely just to piggyback off of that.
I think that actually is a perfect segue, because to be quite honest, my intent was to shed a different kind of light on the progress that it takes to what you guys have made. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a young auntie, there are young girls going through what y'all went through that don't know I'm CEO now. You know what I mean? They think it stops and ends right there. But I agree with you, Amber, in the sense of, at a time, you have to say, okay, it's time to change the narrative now. It's time to flip the switch now. There is a certain context that comes with pain into power, because people do stick with that pain part and they struggle and they say they can't find the power. But if you say, yo, unlock that beast within you, bro, like turn into a beast, like all that high power, whatever. Beasts are powerful by nature. The beast is powerful. That's a redundant statement. Like, turn yourself into a beast. So in that light, and in light of, again, womanhood, I want to know, if you were to truthfully speak to a 16-year-old that you don't know, but is in a situation you've pulled through, that is questioning whether her womanhood is meant to look like this, how would you tell her your woman's story to help her through hers?
Like a piece of advice?
It could be however you would tell her. I know me, I would tell her a story that I've gone through and let her take from that what she wanted to. Like, if I knew somebody was going through a situation where they had been in a heartbroken place and now they catching body on bodies, I'm going to tell them what happened to me when I was going through that. They could take what they want from it. Advice or not, I know where you at and I know what happened because I kept going. So I suggest, my advice is you stop.
Right.
But I'm telling you, this is what happened, and I didn't. I had to stop myself. You know what I mean? Like,
that part.
God had to sit me down. So
okay,
I'm just telling you, you know. So, like, if you had to tell a young woman who's trying to find her womanhood, that voice, that's still in that place where she's trying to find that beast within without being like a little bitch, you know, like all that other stuff.
Okay, so
what would you tell her?
Boom, right? I'll never forget this day. This is the day that I left. The day when I was just like, I had enough. I'm done with this abusive relationship. So I sat there on my phone, innocently just going through the windows, closing certain windows. One of the windows is open and it's old boy's Facebook. So I go in it because the fuck. So I go in it and I see that every bitch that he was supposed to block, he unblocked. Every single one. And for me to have to say every single one means that there was a lot. And
yeah,
I sat there and I'm just like, yo, who the fuck am I? What am I doing? I'm living in a 2-bedroom apartment in the middle of the hood. For what? When I know that I can do better. I'm the one that's paying for everything. You work at a freaking Dunkin' Donuts. Not a diss, but bro, I was the fucking caretaker of the house. The car was mine. So I'm just like, am I dumb? Yes, I am dumb. And I'm tired. So there's nothing. And it had to be, it wasn't on some, and I have tears in my eyes, but I'm angry. Because this was the moment I realized I beat myself up and I allowed somebody to beat me up physically and mentally because he could not stand up to me. And he could not be the man that I was. The one that took care of home, the one that was a good person, the one that would, you know what I'm saying? Like the one that takes care of family. I was the breadwinner. What am I doing? If I wanted a bitch, I'll go be with a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was just tired of it, tired of the bruises on my legs, tired of going to the hospital, tired of getting my ass beat for no reason. I had to remind myself, girl, you go to Seton Hall. You intern for NFL radio. Like, you're just gonna throw that all away? you're just going to let that go in vain. You're not going to be the person that you dreamed of being since you were 5 years old and you saw the first Asian you ever seen on MTV sitting next to Sway and her name is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're really going to sit there and do that? This is the legacy you want to leave? And this is why I sit here and say Nicki means so much to me, because of her lyrics and because of her words, old, new, whatever it is. It pulled that out of me. Because as I'm packing, I have Nicki in my head. Like, I'm a bad bitch. Fuck out of here. I don't care if you think I'm too skinny. I don't care if you don't think my titties is big enough, my ass. I don't care anymore. Because I'm a bad bitch. And that's when I packed up my shit. I called a taxi to drop me off at my car, hopped into the fucking whip, and dipped. And of course, I'm not going to sit here and front like, oh, that was the last time I ever spoke to him. No, I've spoken to him, but I did not get back together with him. And from then on, I moved on. And I found somebody better. And I've only had like 3 boyfriends since then. And each one was a level up. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate the narrative of how women are always like, oh, all men are trash, blah, blah. It's not, you can't keep saying that because you're going to attract that. You got to change the narrative. You got to change how you look and think about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why each ex is supposed to be a step up, because that's you leveling up as well. So you're attracting that because you match that. And he has to match that. So for a 16-year-old girl, me, that's what I needed to hear. To stop comparing myself to all these models on TVs and magazines. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking for love in all the wrong places. It was right here and it was right above me.
Right.
Amen. Yeah.
2 cents and special, sis.
There you go.
There you go.
I would say for me, especially at 16, because that's such a crucial age.
Right.
16 is when I entered my relationship that then turned into like an abusive relationship. I was with him from age 16 to 21, and it was a lot of learning experiences with that. But for the most part, I would tell a 16-year-old girl, like, live your life, because for some reason, I don't know why relationships were so emphasized at that time. If you weren't in a relationship at 16, like, something was wrong with you. So, for me, I would talk to the girl as if I'm talking to like my future daughter. Like, I would just want to let her know, like, you don't need a boyfriend at 16. Like, honestly, I would prefer you just go to the movies with I don't want to say a few boys, but have some guy friends. Like, just hang out, chill, and, get to know people. Because at 16 through 18, I feel like that's probably the most important time in your high school career. And you don't want to be tied down and missing out on experiences because of, oh, I got a boyfriend. 9 times out of 10, it's not what you think it is. So just live your life and, have fun with that time, because you will not get that 16 to 18 time period back at all.
Heavy on it. You can't get that time back. So let me ask y'all something, right? It just came to my mind, but I got to ask it. B. Simone. Now, we know what she said. The most recent
video, right?
Yeah, the most recent one, where she was saying, like, how women ask for this, and, the blah.
Okay. I didn't see that.
Right. So, oh, you didn't see that? Oh, you're gonna have to watch that on Instagram. But she had essentially, I'm gonna share it to you, but she had essentially said how there's women that ask for things in a man that they don't themselves have qualities of. Like, you want a man that's fit, this, that, and the third, but you ain't go to the gym. And you want a man that's focused on family, but you won't talk to your mama in 6 months, and this, that, and the third. How relevant is what she said in 2021?
Super relevant.
Like, I don't know what audience. Like, I feel like I agree with her to the same extent that it's a situation where there's a lot of women that will hear what she said and won't see the logic in what she said and won't actually put to use what you said, like, you know, you are what you attract. They won't really think about, that's really what she said in the simplest of ebonic terms. She broke it down to where anybody could understand the compare and contrast, but really she's saying you are what you attract.
Her delivery came off a little like, because just for one, B. Simone has not been the most popular person over the last few months, and it's just because of the things that she's been saying and how she's been saying it. But I think people use that as an excuse not to really listen to her message, and her message was, you are what you attract. So if you're saying you want this and that and this and that, you got to do the inner work to attract that. And I really don't think people understand how true and strong that is, right? Because if you have someone, not even, okay, scratch that. If you're saying you want a man that has X, Y, Z, you're making a whole list. Like she said, you're making a list of what you want. If you do the self-reflection and you're realizing that you're not even bringing half of that to the table, then what makes you think you should have a man that's bringing all of that to the table, you know? So it's just, it was crazy seeing the comments of women that's like, why is she saying this? Why is she saying that? Like, yeah.
The comment section took me out. And you know what really blew mine is that I broke it down to my brother. I said, listen, women that say things like, I don't have to bring anything to the table, I am the table. I said to him, you know, maybe I'm too literal for statements like that, but when I think of a table, I think of one, a replaceable object. I think of another thing where I can put whatever I want on it. I don't have to clean it up. I don't have to take care of it. It's just there. It's a table. If I put too much weight on it and that table collapses, guess where it's going? In the garbage. Same thing. If as a woman, if you not bringing nothing but something that I can get anywhere, you think because you're my emotional support, you think because I decide, like, you gotta be bringing me something. And it's fair to it's a fair thing that men want that, because there's so many women that have walked around for years entitled just because they're a woman that they deserve all this, and they can be the worst individual in the world. I mean, I've watched some dating compilation videos where shit go left, bro. And these women be so entitled and will sit there because I'm the woman and will victimize it. And like, that's why I don't watch reality TV anymore, because I can't deal with the women that victimize the, like, are you serious? Are you for real? I remember watching this thing on Instagram, some reality TV star, some show. She had put her man on the thing. Like, he was cute. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it to y'all. He was like, they was having beef or whatever, like in real life. And she had like set the camera up or whatever, like on live. She went on Instagram Live and started talking about the issue. And he's looking at her like, are you serious right now? Like, are you for real? And she's like egging it on and out. And I'm just like, I'm with him on this side, but I'm looking at the comments of women like, why won't he just answer the question? Why won't if they're really married, do you know what kind of violation this woman just did? You're trying to put our business on the international front stage for the sake of views? I cannot support it. I can't support that world, that environment. Like, and those are the I'm the table type of women. They really think they too hot to trap. Like, they can't be touched. And you be like, yo, you're really a horrible person.
That's the simplest way to put it.
You're real life trash. And you think because you have the same thing in between your legs that a woman behind a dumpster does, that you deserve special treatment because you can have a pleasant conversation every now and again. You can go to hell.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I love women. I love us. I do. But some of us, man, I be understanding why men be like, yo, some of y'all, and no matter color, race, creed, I ain't saying it's a black woman thing. I'm not saying it's a woman of color thing. It's women as a whole, as a gender, we can identify. If you identify as a woman, and that's why I open the conversation. If you identify as a woman, this is a portion of the womanhood experience. Welcome. Like, This is the nonsense that comes with it. We gotta be able to lovingly correct each other because it's not appropriate. It doesn't make sense. And though B. Simone has a point, there are so many others that are like trying to, like you said, because she hasn't been popular as of recent months, trying to completely negate the entirety of what she said. Like, I'm highly confused.
I
Amber,
didn't watch the video, but from the way that y'all are describing it, it's kind of just, I just want people to start taking accountability for who they are. You know what I'm saying? And I do agree with, you have to be better to attract better. Like, for example, right? Say, for instance, somebody went to a gym. I go to the gym. I do not want a man that does not go to the gym. No offense to anybody out there, but that's not cute to me. Like, because as my man, there's going to be days where I'm going to be like, damn, I don't want to go to the gym. I want you to be like, get your ass up, and then we're going to the gym. That's what I want. That's a bonding experience for me. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm making that a point as to, I want a man that goes to the gym. I have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, how selfish are you? Right.
He's probably at the gym.
What did you say?
Duh.
Right.
He probably at the gym. Like, single women, exactly. I want a man that goes to the gym.
So
he's
that's
probably
why
there.
like,
you're not there. He's probably there, though.
But at the same time, it's like, it's so selfish of you to demand something that you can't provide. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you demand loyalty and commitment when you can't even be loyal or commit to yourself?
I'm going to be very honest with you, right? The hardest part for not just women, but I think everybody, the hardest part is for people to do that, like, self inner work, like knowing that you have to really sit down, and whatever your religion may be or whatever you identify as, you have to really do some spiritual work, because if you don't, then you're going to be seeking things that aren't meant to be aligned with you, or you're going to be looking for something constantly trying to fill that void. And I'm talking from experience. Like, when I went through a really, really bad breakup, I was just like, oh my God, what do I do? What did I do to deserve this? The answer was, you need to figure out who you are. What do you want? Are you even bringing that, to the table, like you said? And then when I realized, okay, I don't know what I want. I'm not bringing these things to the table. How can I fix that? That's when I actually started doing that self-work. And I was like, okay, I didn't know this about me. Like, taking time alone and really figuring out what Bria wants truly. That's when I started to attract all the things that were meant for me. That meant new friends. That meant a completely new mindset. Like, everything changed. And I'm not gonna say I wasn't ready for it, but you're never ready for something that major. You adapt. So it's really, really powerful when you speak things like that into existence, because if you want it bad enough, you're gonna make some room for it. So like you said, Amber, you gotta take accountability. And like you said, Koi, I feel like women, if you identify as a woman, you have to know what that comes with.
I agree with what you just said. Like, you gotta, if you want something bad enough, you're gonna have to make room for it. And that comes with, regardless of your spiritual background, people, at least as a Christian, I can say, people want God to move but don't want to make room for it. And it's a situation where he will remove things from our lives, people, things, places, desires, wants, everything, to make us realize, hey, your future requires your attention. You can no longer simply be passenger in this. I need your attention. So yeah, I'm going to take the job. I'm going to take the this. I'm going to take the that. And we'll be sitting there like, God, what is going on? Why is this? Da, 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 da? And then you just quiet yourself and he tell you, I need
not partial.
Right here.
Full attention. And it be at the things that, the place where you want to give your attention to something else. Right. And you want to, where God's like, no, I need your attention. I'm going to do everything that you have no choice but to give me your attention. Because as women, we say it all the time, a woman's intuition is never wrong. It's really not. You could call it the God in you.
You can try to fight it, but
it's never
it's going to show you in the end, like I tried to tell you. Every time.
If you fight it and you do what it's saying not to do, it's never to your benefit. There's always a damage somewhere. Even if it's not right away, there's always
the front
a
of the back end.
Hello, come on. What Funky Donnie's always say? You either gonna pay on the front end or the back end.
Well, you not even saying
because I love Funky Donnie's
You are though,
but
and that's the sad part. It's like you could get it over with now, or you get it over with later. But just get it over with, or better yet, just don't do it.
So let me ask you, Amber. I got a question for Amber, right quick, because you in the radio world. You know, she the whole executive assistant to who? There we go, DJ Sus1 or whatever. Let me ask you a question. Do you know who Kevin Samuels is? Familiar? Dude on Instagram, kind of like a image consultant, but people are asking him questions in like a dating guru fashion. Better yet, do you know what the red pill and blue pill people are?
No.
Like the dating community people?
I'm old, okay.
Okay. Not I'm old. Cause there's a Facebook meme that I saw that I feel like kind of all falls in the same vein, but I'm gonna just tell you what the meme is, and I want your honest answer, and then you got to give a reason behind
it. That's
my
Bria, boy. I like
listen to the question because you're gonna have to answer it too, okay? But it's not from him. But keep in mind his kind of mind frame and like the question, because I feel like this would be a question that he would get, if that makes sense. So the question is, a man proposes to his woman with the receipt of her $70,000 student loan debt being paid in full in place of a ring. She thanks him, but says she'll still require a ring before getting married. What is she? A, reasonable. B, ungrateful. C, smart. Or D, dumb.
Is there an option for spoiled?
Or E, other. And you got to explain the other.
Is that an option? Because
that would be E,
I
other.
would be 100% super duper thankful. Like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? And if he's balling like that, yeah, I do still want. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I don't want a ring. But will that be a make or break type thing for me? No.
I think he proposed to her as the receipt.
I still want some kind of ring. Even if you buy from Pandora, give me a motherfucking ring. Like, you know, it can be $100 ring. I just want one on my finger to say and represent that I'm married. It could be from the 25-cent machine for all I care. But I want you to give it to me and put it on my finger to represent that I'm your wife. That's my logic behind it. So I'm not expecting you to go buy me a pink diamond, sterling silver, whatever ring. I'm just saying.
Not the cut. Bria, what do you think? Is she A, reasonable, B, ungrateful, spoiled, C, smart, D, dumb, or E, other?
No, for real, that's an option. I think that she's definitely spoiled. Like, just me speaking from the whole perspective of having student loans, right? Like, I have a lot. Oh, it just went off. Student loans, but like Amber said, you do want to have some sort of symbolism or let people know, like, hey, I'm engaged, so back up type thing. But that gesture of him doing that is thoughtful, but again, I do need a ring.
Fair. I had a friend that said, if he dropping $70,000 on my student loan debt, he didn't even have to pay all of it off. The money for the ring was in the loan payoff. He could have budgeted the ring in the loan payoff. I thought that was funny, but also financially smart. But this was where I came from, and she kind of argued with me on it. I get the idea that she could be spoiled, but for me, I would probably answer between reasonable and not ungrateful, but a sense of like, okay, a marriage And I was just having this conversation with a young lady at my church the other day. She's
Oh,
really quiet,
wow.
but she's like 21 years old, talking about marriage with her boyfriend, all types of stuff, and that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
But like I told her, I said a marriage is a business. It's a contract. It's nice to want to get married for love, and it's nice to want to be with the person you fell in love with, and everything be rainbows and roses and unicorns running around in your fucking backyard. It would be great. But marriage ultimately is a business, and the loans and the debt that your partner has becomes yours. And you can't get a house, and you can't get a car, and you can't do things because they're looking at not only your credit, but your spouse's credit. So if your spouse's credit is jacked up, your chances of getting what you might want or things to happen might decrease even further, right? So the reality of the situation is, if somebody spends $70,000 paying off your student loan debt, I think, unfortunately, the context or connotation of that expected would be, do you think I'm going to pay $70,000 on anybody's student loan debt that's not my wife? I could see a man saying that to justify not providing the symbolism of the ring. However, my argument would be that there should still be a ceremony to solidify that we're married, because that paying off a loan debt, if shit go left in court, I could say that was a gift, because you could have did it without my permission and I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, you could have just dropped that money there. So legally, I would be covered. But for the symbolism portion, if you don't want to get me a ring because it's not in the budget, I don't know if you've been saving up to do all of that. I've been stressing about, my student loans or whatever, and you sick of hearing me talk about it, so you done saved up money and you got this money together. But then it also makes me question, at what state of the relationship would they be in where this man would equate paying off a student loan debt to a ring? Like, how do we get there that your woman would be okay
and
with
it's
that?
like, why did you choose
like, what woman would be okay
just take
with
it upon yourself and do that? Like, sometimes things need to really just be a conversation, as opposed to you trying to like do something sporadic, or like, oh, hey, I'm doing this, as opposed to XYZ. Like, no, I want the ring.
Right.
I posed this question on Instagram, and I had a lot of men respond and say she was ungrateful, and they never gave a response, like an explanation as to why they thought the woman was ungrateful. Like, I could get it, but I don't think, I think that's where they say men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Like, it's literally like we're from two different worlds. Like, if you can't see why that would be upsetting, and then to, be called ungrateful for the fact that it's like, first of all, if I asked you for the ring, and in place of the ring, you got me, you paid off my debt, that's not what I asked you for.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, I didn't ask you to do that. I asked you for a ring. Don't call me ungrateful, because you got me what you wanted to get me, so you didn't have to get me the ring, because the ring poses commitment issues for you, so you don't want to get the ring because that's a commitment problem. Don't sit here and fucking play games with me. Like, I got time for that. I'm too smart. I hate that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this question poses good room for conversation, but also, like, there's probably men that
it even
that
goes back
really
to your point of saying the whole commitment issue thing. Men will really spend a shitload of money just to appease you in one area, as opposed to just committing or showing a form of commitment in the first place. Like, you're willing to pay this much money doing this, but you just can't, buy a 15-20K ring. It's
that's the bigger tone of this, isn't it? Men are willing to do anything but commit. They'll pay your student loan debt off in full.
Clean. Ain't no interest left. Ain't that a paid bitch? Off.
Right.
Ain't that about a bitch? I didn't see that. That is wow. See, this is why we have these kind of conversations at the Young Auntys Podcast. This is why, because that never would have got that from just further. A friggin' IG poll question.
Men will have a child with you and still won't commit to you. That's the scariest thing that I have seen in the most recent, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. All of these men that are making these women baby mothers, but not making them not even a fiance or a wife. They just don't want to take that step. Yeah.
Got them in their life for the rest of their lives,
but don't want to make them you rather have this connection to this woman for life, or at least 18 years, as opposed to making her an honest woman.
But then they'll, then the bad part of that is, right, there are women that will abuse the fact that they have children with a man to force him to stay in a relationship that he don't want to be in and didn't want to be in, and will use the baby as, I want my child to grow up in a household with two parents, knowing damn well you didn't stand this man long enough to let him spend the night for 2 nights in a row.
Yep.
Let alone now you want to make this your family because you're pregnant. I think it's a double-edged sword. That's a double-edged sword, because it's like there are men that are ain't like, it's bad because there are baby mothers and baby fathers that's not shit on both ends. You know what I mean? You feel me? You can't blame just one side, because it's like, yo, there's people that are defying the stereotype and people that are living in it. And that's with so many things. That's with like a lot of things, especially like in like culture. So many people say they can't stand this, that, and the third about the culture, but doing the exact same thing. So, aunties, before I let y'all get on out of here, is there any last little tidbits of advice y'all want to drop to the nieces and nephews that came around the house today? We are so thankful for y'all coming. Y'all have no idea. This is literally like something off my bucket list. I'm so excited. I can't wait for the one day we could all like actually get together and go out to eat. Oh, I'm living for the day. That's going to be one for the books, honey. But what, y'all? Aunty Bria, Aunty Amber, anything for the kids before y'all go?
The only person you should love more than yourself is God.
Period.
I'm going to leave it at that.
I think.
There it is. There it is.
I know.
There ain't nothing else to say after that. I mean,
I know she done made it hard for me, but no.
I ain't got nothing after that.
I think for the most part, everybody should just really, really, really go after what they want to, go after. A lot of people that I spoke to this year, especially, were really big on side hustles, but they was like, oh, I got a 9-to-5, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't know if I should pursue what I really want to do. And I think the biggest message that you should do everything that you want to do, whether it's a business, it's a hobby, it's something that you just wanted to try out. And, if you don't like it, you don't got to do it anymore. But whatever it is, I would definitely recommend you do it, because if 2020 has shown us anything, it's just that life is super precious. I don't want to say short, it's precious. And it definitely is something you should fulfill and live out 100%. So definitely ignore the background noise and pursue everything that you want to pursue.
Okay.
We are here for all of it. If that ain't a word, kids, I don't know what it is, but y'all, we gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna let these ladies enjoy the rest of their night. Thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart for coming through. I appreciate you. Y'all make sure to follow these ladies. Their info will be in the description box. Of course, y'all want to plug anything in right quick before we go? Anything upcoming? Spicy hair care, the Beast Within. We got anything moving and shaking coming up that we should be on the lookout for?
New episodes every Thursday at 4:20 p.m. It'll be announced.
Of course, it'll be 4:20.
It will be announced on the website, so make sure you subscribe. And I am working on getting an event together where we can meet up with a whole bunch of women. Just COVID's kind of in the way, but that's it for me. And I know Spicy Hair Care gonna take the mic.
Yes, ma'am. SpicyHairCare.com, and definitely purchase something for your hair, whether it's oil, edge tamer. I stand by all of my products. I know. I stand by all of my products. I really like. For one, I like them because I use them myself. So whenever I talk about it,
which one y'all gonna do my hair? Because all I know how to do is blow dry that shit.
Real talk.
You said what?
I said, which one of y'all are gonna do my hair? Because all I know how to do is blow dry and straighten my shit. So
okay, we got you. We gonna give you a slick bun.
Okay. Ooh, the tunneling.
But yeah,
you feel me? Real slickety slick. Real slickety slick.
SpicyHairCare.com. Yes. Check it out.
Gonna get you some chopsticks and everything. Period. And I stand by Spicy Hair Care products because I definitely, before I had cut my hair or whatever, when I was growing it out, My edges was slayed, honey.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am, because I appreciated my care package that I got. But y'all, that is really all we have. Ain't got no more. Thank y'all for stopping by the house and your young aunties pull up. You know we love it, and we love to see you. And until next time, y'all be blessed. Make sure you're wearing your mask and all that other good stuff. Stay 6 feet. COVID is still a thing. Don't play these kind of games, all right? We bless God. We thank y'all.